Hello and welcome to YouTube channel HealthQ, the place where our mission is not only to motivate you but help you to move on to the bright side of the health. I am your host physiotherapist Meghna Dave. I'm the neuro rehab physiotherapist and founder and CEO of HealthQ Rehab. Now, in today's video, we are going to understand your action system or else how you move. Remember last week video we spoke about how does your sensory system plays a very important role in your ability to do movements. Now in today's video we are going to understand the action system in a very short and simple way. This video will not comprise much of medical jargons or else major names of medical structures or your body structures, anatomical structures, but in a very simple way I'll just try to understand that how after receiving all the inputs, after utilizing all your past experiences and learning, your body does the movement, the action that is manifested in this environment. So, are you someone who is curious enough to understand this? Then in this video, I will try my best to simplify this understanding. Let's get started. So friends, as I mentioned in previous video, that your sensory system, the vision, the hearing, the smell, the proprioception, the vestibular system, the balance sense that we have, right, the neurons that we have, all of these things capture the information from the surroundings, take it to the spinal cord via nerves. The spinal cord takes this information to the brain. The brain then processes this information. Now, along with this information, brain also has storage of lot of your experiences, lot of your learnings from the past. Now, the learnings that we have got, the past experiences that we have got, that combined with your sensory information that you have captured triggers certain responses in the brain. The motor area in your body is responsible for initiate action, or else you can say send commands to the muscles that yes, this is the movement that you need to do. This is how you need to work, right? And once that motor actions are then combined with other brain areas like cerebellum, thalamus, midbrain, hindbrain. So I'll just not go into those details because then the video will become more lecture kind and more anatomical. So just in a simple way, try to understand this, that once you have received input from your environment, that is being compared with your learnings and the past experiences and the impressions that are already formed in your brain. This information is then creating triggers in your brain areas which activates certain nerves that are responsible for movement. Now these nerves are activated through a path, and that pathway is called as descending pathway. You must be knowing the meaning of descending, right? Something that moves from top to down, right? So similarly, there are some pathways or is there are some nerves that you can say starts from the brain, moves to the spinal cord and then turns into the nerve actually, right? So these are all structures of the brain and there are these pathways which carry this information. Then this information is spread across these nerves and reaches to different muscles, and your muscle then make an action that we want to achieve. So, and imagine this. So if I have to walk in this plain environment where there are not much obstacles, then my muscles can be more relaxed, more gentle. They don't need to apply much force, right? But still our body exactly knows how much force to apply while getting up, how much force to apply when moving, how much force to apply when I have to push an object, how to alter my position. Suddenly if I see an obstacle, I might go back. All these responses are happening at such a fast lightning speed. Imagine this. We do this throughout the day flawlessly. How beautiful is our body, right? So, these understanding has a very important role in your pain as well. Now, you must be wondering how pain and pathology has to do with all the system. Now, imagine that you have got an injury. Imagine that your muscles are weak. Imagine that your certain group of muscles are tight. When there is a problem with these muscles, all this function, all these commands that are coming from the brain might not be executed in that exact way. Imagine that I have some pain in my elbow, right? And now my brain is saying that I have to write. Now, due to this pain, I will not be comfortable in writing that way. That's where the brain will start doing adjustment. I will start using some other muscles to finish the task. And that's how we start doing tricky movements, isn't it? So that's whenever there are some pathologies that are present, the brain then readjusts the system and make sure that our tasks are done. Then imagine again further, if that task we keep on doing again and again on those similar patterns, what will happen? We eventually will develop habit of doing it in the same way. Now this is the culprit for a long-term problem, because now you are using wrong muscles at wrong intensity, at wrong speed, which tends to put a lot of strain on that muscles further again and again and again. That puts a muscle at a risk of injury or else inflammation or else causing pain. Similar thing happens with our posture. Now, you must be knowing this, that when we are sitting erect, right, or in any posture we are, there are certain group of muscles which are responsible for us to maintain erect. Now, the spine which I am having, if I'm sitting straight like this, I have some group of muscles in my front side of the body and I have some group of muscles in the back side of my body, right? Now, these muscles are working in collaboration to each other to make sure that I am sitting erect. Now, imagine this, that depending on my past experiences, which could be of pain or something, right? Depending on the sensory environment, sensory things that I got. Maybe I'm sitting at home and I'm in a lazy mood, right? And then I know that, okay, I'm okay to slouch, I'm okay to bend forward, right? And this, along with my previous fear of pain or just lack of discomfort, I might start sitting in wrong posture. Now, what is going to happen when I am going to sit in wrong posture for again and again and again? Again, this becomes an habit. So now, even though I am in some other environment like office where I want to sit straight because I have got this command that yeah, I am in an environment which is more alert. Okay, I have the past experiences that you are supposed to sit alert and erect when you are at work. But at the same time, the muscles are not used to do that because you have the habit of sitting in a very relaxed position always. What is going to happen then? You might sit for few hours or maybe say few minutes in some cases in erect posture, but slowly, eventually you will start going back to those slouched posture that you are used to doing, right? And that's what exactly happens with your postures, the postural ailments, right? Now, when you are practicing the slouch posture again and again and again, there is a certain amount of pressure that's falling on the group of muscles that strain them, and that eventually leads to weakness and tightness. And this weakness and tightness eventually leads to injuries, strains, spasms, etc. So, if you are someone who wants to work on your pain that's happening chronically, you need to understand this, that your muscles, your memory, and your sensory system, all three have got a very crucial play. Now, as previous videos, come on, let's move on to what we can do in order to trick these patterns, right? Now, you know that your movements are under your control, right? You also know that your movements are dependent on your functions. So, practicing certain activities which are function based in the right manner are some great ways to learn yourself or train yourself to utilize the right muscles in right way. And one of the best thing that you can do is gentle range of motion exercise. Simple activity where you are making sure that you are moving all the joints of your body. So doing this on a daily basis, like simple movement like this, movement like this, movement like this, movement like up and down. But what happens when you're doing this, you are increasing your awareness of the movement. You are also increasing your ability to control the movement patterns, because majority of time what I have seen in my experience, people with chronic condition have altered movement patterns and they take a lot of time in relearning and retraining the right movement patterns again. So spend time in learning those things. and then gradually see improvement, gradually see movements coming back in its place, and gradually see improvement and recovery in your injury. Now, I know this sounds very vague, but this principle basically can be applied in any of the conditions, be it musculoskeletal conditions like frozen shoulder, fibromyalgia, back pain, neck pain, cervical spondylosis, tennis elbow, etc., or else neurological disorders like stroke, Parkinson's disease, facial paralysis, etc. And the similar concepts also apply in pediatric situation or as kids who are having developmental delay or developmental deformities. All you need is a guidance from a therapist who understands this biomechanics and can tell you the right problem solutions and work in a very scientific manner to solve your problems. I hope you are able to connect the dots that I am presenting every week on this video series. In the coming week, I would be discussing more about role of your learning and your past memories on your pain and your movement. So if you are the curious self, then make sure to follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel HealthQ for more such health awareness video. I'll see you in another video. Thank you.